Hey everyone, today we are going to be patching some concrete, and I've already done a bunch of prep work. I built some forms along the back and along the front because along the edge of the wall I want to have a French drain continuous, and I put some spacers behind it so I can actually pull that board back out after the concrete cures. And I put some temporary boards here because there's still some old piping that needs to come out over here, so I don't want to fill in this entire hole just yet. And also there is the drain tile that runs right along here towards the sump pump. I will pull you out for a further shot here. So this is in the bathroom area, and part of the reason that I think the old wall rotted is because this area was open. The sump pump was sitting rather high, allowing water to back up into the drain tile. So this pit actually had some standing water in it, and this was all open to just a standard 2x4, so it was constantly damp. And on top of that, when they threw the blow-in insulation in, that allowed a bridge for the water to seep up and get the wall damp. So there was a whole bunch of supposed home improvements done over time that combined to make a bad situation worse. So again, we're going to fill in this strip back here for the time being. Once the plumber comes and redoes some of the piping here, we'll be able to fill this in. And yeah, so like I said, I got some form work done already. I also filled in the bottom with a bunch of pea gravel because it was quite low before, and I didn't want to use a ton of concrete. This form is also kind of interesting because the concrete's kind of cracked at an angle underneath, so I can kind of fit my hand under here and way under in here. So we're going to try something new to get the concrete to flow really well into those areas. I'm not going to use any rebar because it's not really structural. I would kind of like to pin something to the sides here, but because of the way that's cracked, I don't think I'm going to bother. I think that it's going to hold in place just fine. And again, this is more or less just to prevent water from actively being present, just having moisture constantly there. So one of the new toys I got to help get that concrete under the edges there is a concrete vibrator. I've been wanting one of these for a while, and I've got one pretty cheap on Amazon. And I don't know how well it's going to work. It's got some mixed reviews, but we will see. And also today I had to run all around for supplies because I thought I had a bunch of concrete in buckets, and it turns out I had a bunch of mortar mix in buckets and only a little bit of concrete. So I had to run to the store and get some more concrete mix just in case. So this is all ready for some concrete, so I'm going to go mix some up, and I will come back when I'm ready to dump it in. Actually, I might as well just show you me mixing up the concrete while I'm at it. So first thing I do is I add some water. This is so if you put the concrete in first, the concrete will stay dry at the bottom, versus when you put the water in first, the bottom of the concrete will stay moist and be more mixable. I'm just gonna dump all this in because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need at least this much. And I bought this mixer many years ago. It actually will attach to a hose, but I found that that doesn't work very well because that seems to always, no matter how quickly you shut it off, the water that remains in the handle always seems to add a little too much water to the mix. But this does work as a nice mixer. We're still way too dry. Let's see how that does. It's still way too dry. That is actually perfect. So let me carry this over to this spot and we'll start dumping some in. All right. So I'm just going to use this shovel to scoop it in. Alright, let's try our new concrete vibrator. kind of messy. Looks like I made just enough concrete here. Pretty close to it. I think I'm going to need to mix up a tiny bit more. Definitely need a tiny bit more. As expected, we're vibrating it underneath into there. And that's consuming a bit more. So let me mix up a little more concrete. I'll be right back. All right. So this is actually some leftover concrete patcher. So it doesn't have any of the rocks in it. It will do the job. Alright. We're gonna give that some time to set up, and we'll come back after it starts drying up and we'll smooth it out a little more. And in the meantime, I'm going to start cleaning up some of my tools. Alright, so it's the next day actually, and I ended up smoothing this out off camera, but I just used a flat trowel. Grab it from over here and show you. Just a flat trowel, and I kind of smoothed it out like that. Did the best I could and let it dry. So it's now time to pull off my forms to see how we did. Grab my stool to sit on. This piece is a little tougher. So I don't want to pry on the fresh concrete yet. That looks like it came out pretty nice. Still a little bit of a void right here, but not bad. That actually came out pretty nice. right. That job is done, and now once that, I'll let that cure for another day or so, and then we can put the new base plate for the bathroom wall in. So thanks for watching, everyone.